nothing could be clearer than something like that is desperately required. The situation is obviously untenable. It's one of the most bizarrely exploitative situations I've ever seen. And I think it really is an attack on the very idea of education. I think there's a reason all this is happening in the wake of 2008, that essentially the people who had managed to convince us for 20, 30 years that they were the only people who understood the economy, understood how society needs to be organized, prove that they're completely intellectually bankrupt. They have no idea. It makes certainly sense that in the wake of that, what's our first move is to attack the educational system, the only place where other ideas and ways of thinking about what is valuable or how things can be organized can come from. And I think that's what this is. This is a political attack. You can see it very clearly in England. I love a lot of it, where they tried to impose a student loan system in the wake of 2008. You think that, there you have an educational system that's been working fairly well and a financial system that has completely collapsed. I think the conclusion would be, well, let's try to make the financial system a little bit more like the educational system, instead they do it the other way around. If we could do something like they pulled off in Montreal, it would be magnificent. Montreal has a very particular history. For various reasons, education is caught up with a sense of a Quebec identity, which is both seen as separate from Canada and essentially kind of working class and proletariat. So there's all the elements to bring together for mass solidarity, which is much harder to pull off in the US. I don't think it's impossible, because I think that some of the changes in the nature of financial capitalism have meant that there's a potential for alliance between students and the working class that hasn't really existed in the past. I mean, in the 1960s, where there was an explicit clash of interests between unionized workers and students battling it out in the streets, Zuccotti Park, where people were supporting each other in really dramatic ways. It shows that there's potential for an opening, and I think it's partly because the working poor and students or people in the sort of suspended, not quite got your degree, not quite out of the educational system state, are actually overlapping more and more. And what we're dealing with is explicitly political. It has to be resistant to political needs. Now, how we're going to do that, what way is the most effective, we need to open that up to debate. It's a tough one.